So I have baby free time for 1 more hour, so I wanted to quickly make use of my time, because as you mums know, when you have time you make use of every single second that's baby free. When it came to carnivore and baby-led weaning, we actually, well, I have been on a paleo or carnivore, like ketovore diet for, well, since I was 21. I'm now 31. It's been 10 years now. Carnivore-ish for about 3 or 4 years for my own eczema and allergies. But we know through the research my husband and I have done that actually carnivore diet has a huge amount of benefits for your health because of the density of nutrients in the food you're eating, because meat holds a huge amount of minerals and vitamins as well that you need to build a healthy body. So we knew that we were going to give our son a very heavy meat-based diet. It was going to be high protein, high fat, and pretty much zero carb. But the reason why we really persevered with this, and we've actually been using it as an elimination diet, is because Marcus has had some eczema since he was 3 months old, and we were just weaning him from, it ended up weaning from 5 months, because that's when he showed an interest, and he was 17 days late, so if he was born on time, he would have been 5.5 months. But 5 months he started showing interest in food, so we didn't say no. And we did more paleo eating, so it was grain-free, gluten-free, it was high protein, high fat, low carb, basically, and any food that you could hunt or gather was basically how we started weaning him. Just what we ate, but mostly protein. Sticks of cucumber, strips of steak or big pieces of chicken, pork, and we always try to do the highest quality that we could afford. So we aim for grass-fed and organic, so that we made sure that there were no nitrates in the food that we were buying, because we didn't want him to have any. I'm still breastfeeding and was still breastfeeding then, obviously, so I didn't have any of that either. He was nut-free, gluten-free, chickpea and legume-free, because I am, and also low dairy, because I can't tolerate dairy. I was still eating butter, but I can't tolerate cheese or milk or yogurt or anything like that if it's dairy. So the eczema, he had little patches and it would go up and down in severity. I think because we didn't have any of the other allergens in, some of the bigger allergens, it didn't get really, really bad, but it still wasn't nice, and it looked quite angry at times. And when he was 11.5 months, I decided, no, that's it. It's not going away. I don't know what's going on. I had discovered that dairy and eggs were triggering some of it, so we cut those, but couldn't figure out what else was causing it. And I thought, this is ridiculous. The majority of his life to date, he has had some sort of eczema, and I can't figure out why he has it. So when he was 11.5 months, I decided, that's it. We're doing carnivore for a couple weeks. We're going to get rid of the eczema that we have, and then we're going to go from there, and then slowly reintroduce foods. And we've been doing that. He's now 17 months, so we've been doing it almost 7 months. No, almost 6 months now. And on a carnivore diet, because actually the thing that triggered us doing it was that Marcus and I both got ill, and I got so ill that I couldn't eat for a couple days, and Marcus was only having breast milk. I think I ate some plain coconut chips, and not much else. Like, I just didn't want anything. It's 2 days and his eczema cleared up, and that was kind of, well, it was surprising, it was shocking. My husband asked me, what have you eaten? I said nothing, because I couldn't eat, I was so ill. So it was at that point I was like, okay, I could cut everything out. And his eczema cleared up, and then I started reintroducing. And so far, his eczema has gone up and down. And I've noticed that teething or stress can impact his eczema and makes his skin go bad. But also, when we reintroduced onions, oh my goodness, within a few days, I think it was 4 days, he had little patches everywhere, and it took weeks for it to go. Weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks properly for it to go. I mean, it's a long process doing an elimination diet. And when I've had conversations with people, they say, oh no, I couldn't do it. It's just too difficult. There are too many foods. And yeah, stripping down your diet to just meat. If I hadn't done it before, if I hadn't done it for myself, that would have been a really big challenge. But then also, he's my son. I don't like seeing my son have eczema. It's not, thankfully he doesn't find it itchy, but I think that's partly due to the fact that we don't have many inflammatory foods generally. And he's loving it. He loves meat. And not surprising. I mean, the first time we fed him liver, he took such a massive bite, he ended up gagging on it. And steak, you give him a strip of steak, he just gnawed on it in the power of his gums. It's amazing. He just sucked all the juices out of that steak. You could tell his body wanted it, needed it, and he ate it. So when it came to carnivore as an elimination diet for eczema, I highly recommend it. I use it for myself, and it really does clear up your skin. And as a mum, it helps you lose that excess weight. Actually, since we've been reintroducing foods, so we are now, Marcus is okay with all meat, fish and shellfish, coconut, avocado, courgette, butternut squash, sweet potatoes and carrots. So those are the foods that we've got. And we're doing it more as a way so that if we're in a social setting, other people aren't awkward, or they have something else. Because when I've said to a friend, you know, Marcus and I can literally have plain chicken with salt and pepper. Oh yeah, that's another thing. No herbs or spices. I haven't introduced those. Those are coming next. When I've said that, other people feel awkward because just feeding me a plate of chicken isn't good enough. But actually, I'm quite happy. That's what I eat at home. That's what Marcus eats. He's perfectly happy with me to give him a chicken leg. And that's it. Totally happy. He doesn't know any different. But it makes other people awkward. You know, family members want to join in, they want to cook and share, but you can't. Or I'm just saying it's just plain meat. Just, that's it. But it has helped. We are continuing, and we're about to do a kind of little reset as well. We're going to do January Carnivore month. It's also for me because Marcus's milk appetite has gone down, and I'm slowly starting to gently wean him. So we're doing a little reset and we're not staying with family yet. Now we're going back home after Christmas. So we don't need to take other people's feelings into consideration, which when it comes to family is a thing, as I'm sure you all know. So we're doing Carnivore month, January, to reset, to get my appetite back in order, because I think with breastfeeding you just feel hungry all the time, and then when you start weaning or slowly, you're not as hungry, but you've still got the habit of maybe eating the same amount. I've definitely put on a little bit, and I'd like to get that off. I don't go to the gym that much because I'm too tired, but yes, that's just a little update of using carnivore as an elimination diet. I highly recommend it. It is hard work, but kids quite enjoy it because just giving them all the meat is great. I will do another video on this, a bit more specific. So if you have specific questions, I'm happy to answer. And there are loads of other people who have done a carnivore diet and found it have really good health benefits and have really helped. So if you're at the end of your tether and nothing else is working, carnivore diet might be the thing, because it really does eliminate all those inflammatory foods. And actually the reason why vegetables can be inflammatory are because of phytonutrients, which are the natural chemicals that plants have as a defense mechanism, which some people are far more sensitive to and can cause them a myriad of problems. But for more information on carnivore generally, just look up Paul Saladino, Kelly Hogan, Sean Baker, Michaela Peterson, and there are many, many more, but those are some of the people that I like reading the books of, or the blogs, or watching the YouTube videos. Okay, that's it, and see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe or like, leave your questions. I'd be really interested to hear about your experiences doing a weaning or elimination diets, to figure out yours or your little ones' eczema or allergies. Bye.